We're good. Hi. Hello. Windows updates. Great for streamers. That should be our first topic. Windows updates break everything. The hat is lit. Thank you, Master. I appreciate you. Everybody coming in from Gamer Dad stream, thank you so very much. For those of you that haven't joined us before, this is Stream Key After Dark. It is a call-in show where we discuss topics related to streaming and how they affect us and you as streamers and even as viewers. I am joined by my wonderful co-host, MissFatalKisses and or Cass. So you'll see everybody in the chat calling her that and everything else. But, Cass, how are you this week? How is everything?
I'm good. I've kind of got the stomach bug a little bit, so I've been working from home, but it's been good. How have you been?
The dedication, chat, still here. Still here with the stomach bug. I'm good. Super excited to put Fortnite on a back shelf as of tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
The new Call of Duty comes out, and I cannot wait. Can't wait. Yeah, the Windows update breaks everything. It's very unfortunate. Oh, man.
I love when Windows just updates automatically without asking you, and like your computer just like shuts off.
So with Windows
like,
10,
what?
yeah, that you got to maneuver it, and there's ways to disable that. It's not as easy as it used to be, and it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Because that happened to somebody I was watching last night, actually. They had a forced update in the middle of their stream.
Oh my god. So bad.
But tonight we are going to start, speaking of Fortnite and PUBG, of course, but they kind of fall into the same topic. Fortnite has just released their content creator program. So for those of you that don't know what that is, the Fortnite developers have decided to reach out and create this content creation program for everybody that streams their game, essentially. I don't know, there's no listed requirements for what it takes to apply, but pretty much what they're doing is you fill out the application with your social medias, your name, and all that kind of stuff, and then they approve or deny you. Once you're approved or denied, you set up, with your PayPal and all that, so you can get paid by them. And how it works is anybody that plays Fortnite and buys V-Bucks can choose to support you as the content creator that they watch, and you will get a percentage of the V-Bucks that are bought. PUBG today also announced that they're giving skins out to over 200 content creators. And they essentially, they're custom skins that you can get to support each one of your content creators. They're custom to them. Like recently Shroud just had his release, but now they're going to do over 200 people. So going forward, what do you think about the fact that the gaming industry is really taking an interest in making all this custom content for content creators of all different levels too? Now it's not just, the top tier of everybody.
I mean, I think it definitely means that, a lot of gaming developers and companies are realizing that a lot of their revenue comes from Twitch. People are inspired to play games by watching Twitch streamers play. It gets me hyped. I mean, if my favorite Twitch streamer has their own custom skin on PUBG, I might be spending more time on PUBG then. It's really smart in my opinion. I'm excited for it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna push the platform even farther than it already is now, which is kind of wild all on its own. But I mean, a developer like Fortnite, who is making billions of dollars on a free-to-play game, is turning around and realizing and acknowledging the fact that the content creators are a big reason why all of that is happening. And now they're looking to push more kind of a give back to streamers. And what they did, so I got a second email today after I signed up, and I never even finished doing the stuff, and I'll never use it, but I signed up just to be on the boat to see kind of what it entailed. They sent out a second email to everybody that their algorithm was giving out rejections that it shouldn't have, so they were fixing it. And in doing so, they also realized they want to give back. So what they're doing is they're retroing people all the way to October 5th. So if you log on to Fortnite tonight, and let's say you're a big fan of Ninja, just to use him as an example, you click your little drop down or however you do it. I haven't seen it in game, so I'm not exactly sure how it works, but you click Ninja, and then, if you buy V-Bucks, or if you've bought V-Bucks from October 5th to today, Ninja will get the retro pay for whatever
Oh,
percentage is for any V-Bucks bought in that mind frame. So I definitely think that Epic is doing it right.
yeah, that's awesome. That's like, I don't know. That's like really good customer service, you
Hmm.
know? Um,
I think Epic has done it right from the start.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yes, I agree. Not like Ninja needs the income, but listen, it's a business. It's a business,
That's
peeps.
true. Yeah,
But we do have Gamer Dad in the waiting room,
yeah.
so I'm gonna pull him in. He wants to talk about Ninja's dealings at TwitchCon and which tournaments he's playing in. So this should be
Oh,
good.
let's do it.
Gamer Dad.
What up?
Hi.
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 So, what exactly did you want to talk about? I read it, but for everybody that's listening.
So on True Talk, we had the topic come up just like you guys are having with Ninja and Fortnite and stuff like that. But one of the things that came across kind of like the evolving conversation was Ninja's not headlining a Fortnite tournament at TwitchCon. He's going to be in the Black Ops 4 tournament at the TwitchCon event. And it kind of the big stage. I mean, this is the Super Bowl of Twitch for any gaming developer who can get any kind of screen time, and to see the biggest, arguably one of the biggest or the biggest streamer not playing his main game and going over to Black Ops 4 seems like a pretty big deal for the viewership of Fortnite. I don't want to read into it, but it seems like there's a big a very potential big shift in the game on Twitch.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know that.
so I saw some about it the other day, and I watch a lot of Tim during the day, so I hear a lot of Ninja. It's not so much that I watch Ninja, but he's talked about this before. They've all talked about it. All the Fortnite streamers. They've been playing this game for over a year for the most part. A lot of them have been, at least. And everybody's ready for a break or a change, something else they can play and hold viewership. And what they saw with the beta of Call of Duty is that you can still retain these numbers, these huge numbers, by playing a different BR game. And every one of them have said that they're going to mix it up and that they're not walking away from Fortnite, that they're not going to not play Fortnite going forward, but that they're going to mix in both Blackout and Fortnite. As for the tournament, I think a lot of that is the fact that Tfue is going to be playing in the tournament for Fortnite over there for the end of the fall skirmish. And for those of you, this is where we bring it back to the streaming end of it. Tfue is on pace with Ninja right now when it comes to viewership and subscriber numbers and everything else. So right now it's about who's going to be the top of Twitch in the next couple months with these changes. And I think Ninja is seeing the writing on the wall where maybe Tfue isn't. It's not that Fortnite's going to die. I don't think the free to play game is ever going to die, but it's going to receive some of a hit, especially your bigger streamers are going to push in to a newer category of a new game at least, and you're going to have your diehards that stay in Fortnite, and it worked for Shroud with PUBG. Shroud really never played. He jumps on Fortnite here and there, but Shroud stuck with PUBG even after the Fortnite hype train started, and he's still, I think, the third most subbed on Twitch right now. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. But what do you think, Cass?
I mean, I know that you said that a lot of the big Fortnite streamers have mentioned that they're not planning on jumping ship, but I don't know if that's maybe something you say as like a safety mechanism. Like, I'm just going to say that I'm not actually going to stop streaming Fortnite or stop playing Fortnite and just see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's what I would do. Um, but I don't know, is this kind of like a statement that Ninja is making that's like, hey, I'm most likely not going to be streaming Fortnite at all or as often. I'm going to be switching over to Black Ops 4. I like that's kind of how I take it. Um, I think I think there's going to be a huge shift though. I definitely don't think that Fortnite is going to remain the top dog in BR streams on Twitch. I don't see that happening because I think Call of Duty is definitely going to be a huge competitor, because it did so well during the beta even. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So I don't really think that he's gonna stop altogether. I just found it interesting that the very first opportunity on a main stage to get something different, he's jumping right to. And he was just within the last month or two, he was just out here at Epic. I mean, I heard he's got a commercial. I mean, he's all over the place. I would have assumed that maybe he would have headlined Fortnite out here just for the TwitchCon thing. I understand he's going to want to play the other game, and I think that's perfectly reasonable. I just was shocked to see the very first big event where you have the choice. He made the choice to go with the other game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I look at the other side of the coin. He's a businessman, and he said it in his ESPN interview that he is not looking to stop being at the top of Twitch. And when beta came out, he held 235,000 concurrent viewers and then continued to hold 125,000 plus playing Blackout. So Ninja's not blind. People are getting bored of watching Fortnite the same way they're getting tired of playing it. You can only do so many cool different things, and they can only put so many different implementations into this game to change it up. So now he sees the writing on the wall, and he knows that now he can go to TwitchCon and be the biggest name in the Fortnite tournament and compete with Tfue and everybody else who's been playing the same game, or he can go to the brand new BR that's going to be the hottest thing on Twitch for the next couple months. And, you know, who knows if it's going to die, but at least for the time being, it's going to be something that everybody's going to want to watch.
I mean, that's fair. I certainly don't see Fortnite dropping off the second row of Twitch, you know,
No.
as far as the biggest game. Not at all. So
No, Fortnite is going to be your League of Legends of BRs, in my opinion. Fortnite's never going to go anywhere, and it's always going to be
Mhm.
popular.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
But Cass, you have anything else to add on it?
I don't know. I'm just like, I'm kind of excited to see, I don't know, a game challenge Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, I totally agree with you. I don't think Fortnite's going anywhere, but it'll be nice to see some real competition because there have been a lot of BRs that have, tried and not really held on very well on Twitch. I don't know. I think it'll be exciting. I think Blackout has a good opportunity to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the first AAA Battle Royale game that's ever going to be out. So it's got huge money behind it and huge
Mhm.
infrastructure with Activision and Blizzard. So they're not looking to fail by any means.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Cool. Well, thanks for the input, guys. I appreciate the conversation.
absolutely, man. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Gamer Dad.
Later.
Bye. But yeah, I almost just disconnected from the
Oh
call.
my
So, you know,
God.
top tier podcast host right here, chat. Runs about as well as my streams do.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. That is so crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Blackout.
this is the difference between looking at Twitch as a hobby and looking at Twitch as a business. In my opinion, he
Yeah.
sees the business aspect behind it, and he sees the next big thing. The reason he blew up in Fortnite is he saw the potential in the game before everybody else did, and he was in the top of the
Mhm.
category every time
Mm.
somebody came to look. And
Mhm.
then by the time everybody jumped out and, you know, started playing Fortnite, he was already leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's in a Samsung commercial that's played on regular primetime television now. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But
I think he's a really smart risk taker too, because I know that hopping on Fortnite was definitely a risk that paid off.
mhm.
And I think, maybe Blackout is also a risk for him. And I don't know. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to hear he's gonna be playing Blackout at TwitchCon. I honestly had no idea. So
I mean, I'm a Call of Duty nerd, so I
yeah.
instantly any good publicity, especially after the past few years, any good publicity for COD
I know.
is a great thing.
Yeah, for sure.
um But as always, guys, we do obviously take call-in questions before we do anything else, so we prioritize those. So if you want to jump in Discord, you can do !stream key in the chat. It will give you a link to the Discord, and we will drag you in with your question. But I'm looking through other questions that have been written in the Discord, or you can type them in the chat.
We should talk about the NFL on Twitch
Yes.
thing.
So we talked about this towards the close of last week, but now there was an article released. I don't know if it's a few days old or not, but I saw it today. And it's about the NFL is matching every bit for charity. So how they're doing it is that every bit that you donate on Twitch, they will match and donate it to charity. True. Sorry. Every once in a while I get distracted by the chat. But
I know.
yeah, so how it works is if you donate 100 bits, they give $1 to charity. If you donate 1,000 bits, they give $10 to charity, so on and so forth. But with such a big platform as the NFL and this conversion of, you know, Twitch intermingling with primetime TV, they're hiring, like Tim the Tatman's doing another co-cast this week, sponsored by the NFL. They're pulling in different streamers to represent them on this platform. Do you think we're going to see not only more of it being towards charity and totally, you know, being pushed in that route, because I think that's a great direction for them to go in, especially since it's a business move on Twitch's part, of course, because Twitch is getting the bits, essentially. You know what I mean? And they're getting the premium on the bits on top of that. But for them to match it in charity donations, even if it's not their extra percentage that they're getting, which I have to double check. I don't know if it's the NFL donating it to charity or it's Twitch, but I'll pull it up while we're discussing it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But going forward, do you think you're going to see more and more of this kind of stuff coming up as, you know, a more regular thing, like primetime television and big sports leagues and, you know, even television shows or like big events, awards? You know, you could do Miss America, you could do the Emmys. The list is endless. What do you think,
For sure. For sure. I mean, I was really excited to see just the other day Twitch announcing that Amazon Prime has a show called The Man in the High Castle, which I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a really, really awesome Amazon Prime original show that they have. And they're actually going to air the premiere of the new season will be aired on Twitch, which is crazy to me because, like, to me, most of the people that would watch that show, I mean, probably aren't on Twitch, but the fact that they're putting it on Twitch, I don't know, it makes me super, super excited. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of that, especially with, you know, the partnership of Twitch and Amazon, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who here participates in the Twitch, what do they call it? The RPG, like the surveys for bits, essentially is how they do it. But I got one the other day where it actually had to do with the Man in the High Castle, which was pretty funny. But King Gathalion watched the season 1 and 2 recap. It was a half-an-hour clip of him, well, a half-an-hour highlight, I guess. But it was him watching the season 1 and 2 recap from Amazon Prime. And obviously it was a sponsored spot and stuff like that. But one of the questions which really stood out to me once you do the survey was, would you like to see more content like this? Would you like to be able to watch more of your favorite streamers and get their input on new shows? You know, so it's easy to go online and like Google what you're looking for in that aspect, but it's a whole nother thing where if I can turn on, let's say Cass, for example, if I watch Cass every single day, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to find out if I really want to watch Man in the High Castle, and then Cass is sitting here and she's watching the thing, and you're allowed to give a full bore opinion from what it sounds like, at least, you know, of how you feel about it.
Yeah.
So I just think it would be a way better marketing aspect for current trends of everything.
Right.
And to confirm, by the way, I take it back. It's Twitch. Twitch is donating $1 for every 100 bits cheered to the American Cancer Society during the month of October while they run all their NFL broadcasts.
Okay.
But I just think the mainstream crossover is going to be absolutely huge. And it just affords such an opportunity for everybody to be able to like check everything out that they normally wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't normally go out of my way to watch Man in the High Castle just because the concept seemed cool and everything like that, but it just didn't, you know, it just didn't pop. But then once the survey of all things really threw me because they wanted me to watch a half-an-hour video for 500 bits.
That's
absurd.
crazy.
But it said you only have
Okay.
to watch like 5 minutes of it. They didn't care.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool to see Goth doing that kind of a review on it, and seeing how excited he was getting for the show kind of made me more interested in it.
Hmm.
I just wonder how they can start wrapping more and more stuff to intertwine regular media and Twitch.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
I know they have like the other thing I saw, they're doing like a lot of radio shows now,
Okay.
and a lot of,
Twitch is?
well, it's not so much
Or
Twitch as just the people that are running them. So you got
okay.
like Bubba the Love Sponge is a really popular radio show guy from a while ago, at least around here, and I think he's in the California side now. But he does a morning radio show every day, 5 days a week.
Hmm.
Well, now he
Hmm.
streams his show to Twitch every single day, which I find
Okay.
absolutely insane
Yeah.
because, these are older guys, you know what I mean? These are completely so far removed from this generation worth of Twitch and everything else.
Yeah.
And now even they're on the platform and self putting themselves on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to see where it goes. Like I wish I could fast forward 5 years and just see where we're at in general.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I'm not very concerned with like competing streaming services like Mixer or Facebook really being a huge threat to Twitch, just because of the innovation that, I mean, they're constantly thinking of new ways to engage people, um, and make the platform um, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Make the platform appeal to all people, like of all
Hmm.
ages, all, any gender, like it appeals to everybody. Like there's something for everyone here. And that's why I'm really excited. And I'm not really worried about, other streaming platforms. I know we talk about them a lot, and I think it's exciting to
Hmm.
think, the competition always brings additional innovation. And but Twitch is just, they're on fire right now. I think they're trying a lot of really awesome things.
Absolutely.
Uh
I think what this might open up for the
mm,
other platforms at least is, so I went on a little rant about this because of the BuzzFeed video that came out the other day with
mm,
Pokimane and the girl from BuzzFeed, and she wanted to be Twitch famous and blah 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 blah. Whatever, not
yeah,
here nor there. But
yeah,
my whole thing is with this
yeah.
platform is that you get a lot of people to bleed purple. Bleed purple is always a thing.
Mm,
It's Twitch or die.
mm-hmm,
I think what you'll see in the next year, maybe even less, with if this trend continues with, Amazon Prime and football and everything else coming over to Twitch and Twitch
yeah,
becoming more and more mainstream, I think what you're going to see is platforms like Mixer and even maybe Facebook Gaming and Steam, if they get smart and open up their doors before they miss this boat. You're going to see
mm,
all the purists, everybody who thinks that Twitch should just be the gaming platform that it was last year or 2 years ago, and you're going to see them all go. You're going to see them all go to Mixer, and this is where. And if those companies are smart, they play it up.
yeah,
We're the game streaming platform. This is what we do.
yeah,
I think that shift will be
for sure.
absolutely insane. And for some people, I mean, I've even, I always play with the idea just because I like to see, whatever, but I would never be able to leave Twitch. I love everybody on Twitch.
Yeah,
Is the fact that being on that boat, even now, even on Mixer or Facebook, if you get in it before it booms, just like the people on Twitch did, you're setting yourself up to be in a really nice position.
yeah.
I don't want to discourage anybody from streaming on Twitch. Obviously, there's always opportunity no matter what you do, especially if your content is good. But
Would it hurt? Would it hurt though? Would it hurt Twitch? I mean, would it hurt you as a gaming streamer for for Twitch to be doing other things and broadening their scope? Like, is that a bad thing? Like, I know you're saying, I definitely believe that there's going to be the purists, right, that are going to be like, hey, I'm leaving. This is a gaming platform. It doesn't feel like a gaming platform anymore. I'm out of here. But like, is it really a bad thing?
I personally don't think it is. But that was my
Like,
whole point
yeah,
originally, is just because but you see so much of it. Like that video
Yeah.
alone was the proof of how mad people got. And people got enraged over the BuzzFeed video. Enraged. Like people
Yeah.
were going off
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
Twitter and Discords, whatever. And
Yeah.
everybody's main point was, oh, well, you missed the point. You didn't do it that way. I would be where you are if Pokimane gave me an endorsement on stream too. My
Mhm.
whole thing with all of that is everybody talks about, oh, you know, she started with 3K viewers and she ended, I think, the month at 5K viewers. Oh, she got partnered in 5 days. That's
Okay.
fine and great, but she did an 8-hour stream for her last stream. She was streaming 3 days a week, and at the end of that video,
Yeah.
she pulls up her stream stats. She had
Mhm.
102 average viewers, which is not a number to shake your head at by any means.
Right.
But my point is, Pokimane gets 11,000 viewers a stream on a
Mhm.
regular basis, if not more.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is, just because the endorsement was there and blah 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 blah, it didn't make her Twitch famous. And even at the end of it, she, you know, admits that she wasn't Twitch famous. She didn't, you know, it was a lot harder than she thought it was going to be, the schedule. But there was great advice in that video that everybody looked past. You know,
Right.
Pokimane had phenomenal advice that, you know, we have given on this podcast, and everybody that has anything to say about streaming always says when people ask, what do I need to do to stream?
Yeah.
But I think the purists were the ones that were the maddest about it. And
Yeah.
they're also the ones that hate the fact that the NFL is on Twitch. A lot of them even got mad over Overwatch League. I remember when Overwatch League started and people were freaking out. Oh, it's
Yeah.
mainstream. It's owned by sports teams. I don't understand how something that's good for gaming is bad for the platform. Anything that makes the platform grow, in my opinion, is something that's beneficial to everybody on it.
Right. I mean, I think I spend more time on YouTube than any other website. I spend hours on YouTube. But like that's like somebody who makes, I don't know, like H2O Delirious, for instance, making funny gaming videos, getting pissed off that someone is having a successful channel on YouTube who bakes cookies
Mhm.
or whatever. Like I I don't know. I just don't have that same mentality. That wouldn't make me want to stop watching YouTube. It wouldn't make me want to stop making YouTube videos. Um, but
No.
you know, there's people that get upset about everything. So I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
that is very true. And, you know, I completely agree. And my biggest thing with all of it is, you know, it's everybody wants to boycott everything now and everybody wants to be mad
Yeah.
about something, but you're never going to see Twitch move away from gaming. It's the bread and butter of the website.
Right.
If they started to just push mainstream media and that was it, then that would be a huge problem. Plus, even when the
Yeah.
NFL is on, the NFL viewership, I think Ninja was streaming Fortnite at the same time. Ninja still had the highest number on the page. Period. He was the top of the channel
Hmm.
page. Right behind him was Tfue, and then I think it was the NFL Prime, and then Tim the Tapman who was streaming the NFL. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's really in the market of having this be a bad thing. I just think that it might actually benefit some of the smaller companies
Yeah.
because they'll get more content creators that have that mentality.
Yeah.
But
No,
then
that
again,
makes complete sense.
those aren't the people Twitch wants, in my opinion, either.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the people that rock the boat.
Yeah.
Too much. Rock the boat too much.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But, you know, Tim says it the best. He always makes me laugh, but he says it all the time. He says that he's an online male entertainer. And obviously it's a joke towards, you know, trying to say he's a cam girl or whatever. But the
Yeah.
idea,
Yeah.
but that's, in all reality, that's literally what he does. He tells people that's what his job is, that he's an
Hmm.
online male entertainer.
Hmm.
But your job is you're entertaining people on the internet. Most
Yeah.
people don't come to my stream or your stream or anybody else's stream for the gameplay. Because if
Right.
they are, they're in the wrong place. At least on mine.
Oh, for sure. For me too.
But
Oh my
it's
God.
just, I don't know. It's insanity to me that people get so fired up. But I think it'll be good.
I think so too.
But if you guys have questions, like I said, you can either post them in the chat, jump in the Discord, or
Hmm.
we are going to pull more from the Discord because I can English well, chat. English well. Actually, there's one in here from Meemaw. The the self-proclaimed granny streamer streams as a cat, and it's probably
Oh,
one of the most awesome things I've seen. And I know she's not
wait, she
here.
does?
She does. She has the face rig, and it's a cat that wears a gaming headset and sits
Oh,
in a DX Racer. It's great.
that's amazing. Oh
But
my gosh.
I definitely know she's not here right now. But she left a
Oh,
question
okay.
in the Discord. She asked if attending TwitchCon is worth it for a smaller streamer, and what are the benefits. I'm gonna let you jump on that one first. I know we discussed it a little bit before we started, but
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess like with this question, I guess it depends on what your goal is in order to answer the question to know what the benefits are for attending TwitchCon as a smaller streamer. I like if you're talking about channel growth and networking, I'm going to say that it's probably not worth it. Um, just because I don't believe TwitchCon is going to I don't think you're going to come back from TwitchCon having any more viewers, maybe a couple more followers from maybe a handful of streamers that maybe you were introduced to while you were there. But aside from that, I'm not entirely sure that it's worth it in that regard. But like I was kind of mentioning earlier, is I think that if if your goal is to hang out with your friends that you've met on Twitch, friends that you've made online that are going to be at TwitchCon, then yeah, absolutely, it's totally worth it. If this is where all of your friends are going to be in one place at the same time, totally worth it to go. If if you can justify spending the money to go to TwitchCon for that reason, then yeah, it's totally worth it. But if you're, I think if you're trying to get from me personally, I've never gone to Twitch. I've never been to TwitchCon, but out of all of the people I know that went to TwitchCon last year, like they came back from TwitchCon and they had a great time. It was great for them to hang out with their friends, but like their channels were in no different of situation than before they left. So that's my take on it. But I don't know. What do you think? You're going.
yeah. So I am going.
So
I am
yeah.
going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going because my community pushed me to go,
Mm-hmm.
and because my community made it happen.
Right.
So I am incredibly grateful for it, and I'm excited to meet everyone.
Right.
I see a lot of people talking about it as a networking opportunity, and
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you get lucky and you run into somebody and happen to be able to spark up a conversation and really hit some point somewhere where you can really promote your channel without just handing out a business card and calling it a day, then I'm kind of on the same page as you. I don't really see a huge benefit to it outside of being able to shake a few hands and say hi to people and meet everybody I want to see.
Yeah.
And whether it be people from the community or streamers that I watch and so on and so forth. I think it's crazy to think that you're gonna go there and somehow you're gonna sit down with Tim the Tatman and you know all of a sudden you're gonna be playing Fortnite with him and blow up. I
Yeah.
watch guys play with him. I've pulled up their channels and they're sitting at 150 viewers. And
Yeah.
they're playing with somebody like Ninja and Tim and Dr. Lupo who are all at 20, 30, 50, 80,000, whatever they're at. And this
Right.
guy's not doing any better than he was before they jumped in his stream. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Your content has to be yourself always. It can't. Networking's a huge part of it. Don't get me wrong, and getting familiar with communities and stuff like that. But this is a different kind of networking. It's not. You're networking amongst other streamers and companies at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing if I go into your channel and I say hi to people in the chat and we strike up conversations and we sit there and we BS and talk and whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then those people might want to go, oh, hey, let me go check him out. He streams. I want to see what his stuff's like. Oh, I'm going to hang out in his chat
Yeah.
because he's always talking to me. That's networking
Yeah.
on Twitch. Networking at TwitchCon is not networking like that at all. You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
gain. Nobody at TwitchCon's looking for somebody to follow.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Nobody at TwitchCon's looking for
Yeah.
somebody to watch. Everybody at TwitchCon is either looking to meet their friends that they hang out with on
Right.
Twitch, or they're going there to see somebody like Ninja or Tim the Tatman or somebody that they normally wouldn't ever have an opportunity to meet.
Right.
You know, it's just I think there's a misconception with the word networking when it comes to TwitchCon, and I think people misconstrue it as something that's going to help their channel grow.
I personally feel like I would do better networking on Twitch, being a viewer, or I don't know, interacting with other streamers in Discord or whatever,
Mhm.
as opposed to hanging out with my streamer friends at TwitchCon. Like to me, TwitchCon would 100% be a social thing. It wouldn't be a networking thing. It would just be a, hey, I want to hang out with some viewers that are going to TwitchCon, and I want to hang out with some of the other streamers that I've gotten to already have networked with on Twitch
Mhm.
at TwitchCon. That's how it would be for me.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
if that's worth it to you, then yeah, for sure.
To segue just a little
Okay.
bit, Duff said in the
Yeah.
chat, he's talking about, because I mentioned the whole Tim the Tatman playing with smaller people, and he said if
Yeah.
it's mutual networking, they're not obligated to, but if they're going to network like that, they should help plug the smaller one. So what I will tell you is that Tim's best friend from real life streams, and he's a funny guy,
Mhm.
but Tim hosts him all the time, and he still averages 150 to 200 viewers. Now, again, it's not a number to knock by any means, and he plays with Tim
Yeah.
all the time, and Tim will host and raid him and shout him out and everything else.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because he's not Tim. You
Right.
know, some people will go because they're loyal to Tim, and Tim says, go help this guy out. But it's, it's one of those things. Your content has to be why people want to be there. You can get a raid of 5,000 people. When you turn your
Mhm.
stream on tomorrow, your average might go up by 5, maybe 10. But I really
Mhm.
don't think it makes that big of a difference unless you make some kind of an lasting impact where it's huge. Because I've seen people that have been raided by Ninja, and it's an absolute mess, first of all.
Yeah.
But beyond all that, they're holding 10,000 viewers that night. That's
Huh.
great. And then they log back on tomorrow and they're at 40. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Mhm.
matter. Your content has to hold those people. I tell
Mhm.
people, like, are you ready to be hosted by somebody for 10,000 or 80,000? You know, are you prepared for that? Do you have something in your head that says, if that happens, am I going to be able to sell myself within the first 5 minutes of all these people being in there?
Yeah.
Because that, in my opinion, is the ultimate networking tool. You have to have some kind of a plan for that raid. Otherwise, it's a waste. It's not going to do you any good.
Mhm.
But, it's just, to circle it back to TwitchCon, it's the same kind of idea. You handing your
Yeah.
business card out to Tim the Tatman, you know what I mean? What's he going to do with that? He's going to put it in his
But like,
pocket, or he's going to throw it out. And it's not a
yeah,
knock on you, but you're one of 100,000 people at TwitchCon doing the same thing.
that's just what I was gonna say. Is like, it's just gonna be so oversaturated with everyone feeling as if this is going to be the big thing. I'm gonna come home from TwitchCon and things are gonna be popping on my Twitch channel. Things are gonna be crazy. When I don't like it, I just don't think that's a realistic expectation.
Mhm. I mean,
Um,
hot take here, but I'm not even doing business cards. Everybody's going to be mad at me. They're going to tell me I'm stupid. No, I'm not wasting money on business cards. Nobody gives we're on the True channel. Nobody gives a crap about
yeah.
physical business cards anymore. I'm sorry. Nobody has
Yeah.
ever come to my stream that I've met in real life and have been wearing like a TRUgaming shirt or a Twitch shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, hey, what's up with that? Or the random one time it's ever happened to me in my life, the guy asked me about Twitch when I was at a Starbucks, and he was a younger guy, and I was like, yeah, it was a platform. He's like, no, I know what it is. He's like, do you stream? I'm like, yeah. He goes, what's your streamer name? So I said SnoopHogTV. He goes, I have to give you a look. Bro, you're not coming to look at my stuff.
Yeah.
You're talking to make conversation. If I handed you a business card, I would be so weirded out if I saw some guy in a coffee shop and I was like, hey, dude, oh, cool Twitch shirt. And he's like, yeah, I stream. Here's my business card. I'd be like, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm the unpopular opinion here. Most people disagree with me on this, but
Yeah.
I just don't
I don't
see.
think it hurts anything.
No, I don't
think
think it hurts.
No, I mean, make business cards, sure, network and pass them out and try and make new friends while you're at TwitchCon. Nothing bad is going to happen by doing that at all. But I definitely don't think that it's in that regard, I don't think it's worth it to go. Like if I had to
Yeah.
expense it myself to go to TwitchCon for that reason, I wouldn't do it at all. And that's why I'm not going.
Yeah, I just I don't know. TwitchCon's an interesting thing.
But I am really jealous of all of my streamer friends and viewers
I
and
think it's
everybody that's going to go and get to meet each other and hang out. And
I have no
I
doubt
think
it's gonna be a
that
great time.
oh yeah, for sure.
It's
For
gonna
sure.
be a ton of fun. And I mean, Drew
Yeah.
Linsky was on here last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, and I'm staying with
Mhm.
Drew, so which is really cool and really awesome that I've been able to make that kind of a connection across the country because Drew lives
Mhm.
out there. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So that part of it and that part of TwitchCon is really cool. But I think that's what TwitchCon is about, to be completely
Yeah.
honest with you. I think if you're looking to network and do bigger things like this, you're better off going to a PAX, in my opinion, than you are so
Yeah.
much a TwitchCon. Everybody at
Mhm.
TwitchCon is involved in Twitch already. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
TwitchCon that has nothing to do with Twitch. PAX,
Yeah.
it's all walks of life going to PAX because there's video
Mhm.
gamers, there's developers, there's, technology people. You have such a better opportunity to network at PAX, in my opinion, than you would at TwitchCon.
So, what do you I think Cooley mentioned it and I honestly lost it in the chat, but someone, I think it was Cooley.
Mhm.
Yeah, so should events like TwitchCon and VidCon have events in other cities around the US or overseas or, like at different dates, kind of like how PAX,
Mhm.
what is PAX is in like 3 or 4 different locations in the US
Yeah.
where I I think that's kind of that would be that would appeal to me, I think,
I
if there was a PAX closer or a TwitchCon closer to home.
see. I
And
think I think a lot of the problem with TwitchCon though is like I was just saying about the
mm,
back and forth of it's specifically for Twitch. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
specifically it's a convention more than it's and like PAX is an expo. It's the Penny Arcade Expo. So I think
Mhm.
that's why you can get away with having PAX in other places
Right.
where like BlizzCon is another example. So like let's take it off the streaming end of it just for an example, but BlizzCon is
Mhm.
also in California. BlizzCon is all about Blizzard. It's all about World of Warcraft, Overwatch, whatever you want to talk about. It's been going on for years. But that's like saying, because we all stream and we're all from different places, it's easy to say it, but that's like saying have BlizzCon in 4 different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can only
Yeah.
imagine how long it took Comic Con to get big enough to the point where it wasn't just in San Diego or in New
Mhm.
York. I forget where it started. I think it was San Diego, but whatever. Um, I just think that plus Twitch makes all their staff work it. So the thing with that is now you have to pay your staff to go, or you have to pay for your staff to travel now. You know what I mean? You're adding on a ton of expense on top of what they're already shelling out for the ridiculous stuff that they do at Twitch.
Mhm.
I'm just looking at it as the business side of it.
Yeah.
I don't think that
I'm
it's
just thinking like, they have the money. They can do it.
well, yeah, of
But no,
course,
for
but
sure.
it's like anybody else. Why do rich people stay rich? Because they get free stuff all the time. They don't pay for anything. The
Yeah.
richer you get, the more free stuff you get, which makes no sense. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would love to see it happen, of course, but I
Mhm.
think they should do an international event. I absolutely think that they should do something overseas.
Yeah. I
Most likely like somewhere like Europe or, that end of it where they're most popular on the other side of the pond, as they would say. Um,
mhm.
just because I think it's kind of ridiculous to, I think a viewer of mine and yours is coming over from there. And I think he said it was like 30 or 3 grand, if not more, for him to come over, stay, and fly back and all that. That's insane.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
To ask people to do that is wild to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I
And
would
people
love
do
to
it.
see. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see it. I just think it's it's still in its infancy too. I think you wouldn't see it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I am going the full weekend, by the way, Venom. Sorry, I just saw your question. I leave you out. I will be there the whole time. I'm coming in Thursday night. I'm leaving Sunday night.
Are you going to do any IRL streaming? People are going to do IRL streaming while they're there, huh?
So, from what I understand, etiquette-wise, that's kind of frowned upon.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that get real mad, from what I understand, when people IRL stream and vlog inside TwitchCon. Because, well, I think it's more so, I don't think it's so much the TwitchCon floor, I think it's the partner lounge.
Oh, okay.
Because there's been a lot of controversy over that, because they kind of just want to be people. And not the streamer all the time, which I understand. I don't think I'm going to IRL stream, just because I've watched people IRL stream from their phones, and it has to be one of the most infuriating things in the world to try to do, let alone to try to watch.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think I'm benefiting anybody by doing it, to be honest with you. And it would be like 5 minutes, because first of all, I'm not going to go on there and like bring you to the bar with me and be that guy who's sitting in the bar with his phone up in front of his face like a weirdo. I can't do it. This is why I was never a YouTuber. I can't vlog. That stuff is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't like making 10-second Snapchat videos. It's one thing. I'm in a room in my house. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be good. It's definitely going to be fun. But to round it out to the question again, it depends on what you want. Like you said, it all depends on what you want out of it. I would not invest the money if you're looking for it to benefit your channel greatly, because I think that would be a rare stroke of luck if it did happen, and very rare. But you're better off playing Powerball.
I haven't had a problem networking on Twitch as it is. Like, I don't feel like I need to go to TwitchCon. I don't think that's going to give me some huge advantage to have gone to TwitchCon to network with people, because like I have no problem doing that now. But yeah, I think it'll be a good time. I'm really jealous you guys are going. I wish I could go have a beer with you.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next year I'll do PAX West, and then we can be up in the rainy city.
Yeah.
But to move on, questions. Cooley actually asked one yesterday. He said, should the front page of Twitch feature more in up-and-coming streamers over partnered streamers? What do you think, Cass?
Can you explain to me what Mixer's hype zone is? Is that
So Mixer's hype zone is how it works. Is the top 10 streamers? Hang on, I'm updating the category chat or whatever this is. The topic.
To answer the question, yeah, I do think they should. I definitely think that they should do that, but
So yeah, so the hype zone, how it works is it's specifically to Fortnite, PUBG, Realm Royale right now. I haven't been on there in a while. They might have added more or taken away or done something else. But the long and short of it is, if you're in a top 10 in any of the 3 games, it's almost like NFL Red Zone. It'll flip to your stream. But the cool thing about Mixer, which I think Twitch kind of drops the ball on, and it'd probably be a lot harder because it's such a bigger platform to implement it. And it was probably just like how Mixer had the FTL servers first. It's just so much, it's so much money and so much time and investment. But Mixer does the co-stream, and how the co-stream works is it integrates the channels and your chats all into one thing. So your viewership is the same as on both sides. Your chats are the same on both. So it's kind of like how we do multi-streams, except it's all mixed into one. So this chat would include the Hype Zone chat. And it features that person for however long they're in that, whether they win or lose, and then it jumps to the next one. And it jumps to the next one. But the cool thing about that is that they're able to... You're getting an opportunity to get in front of 1,000 people. So you may have had 4 viewers before that, and then all of a sudden you have 1,000 viewers in your chat. That's your opportunity in that small amount of time to make that impact, like I was talking about. It's just like receiving, and there are people that have blown up on the platform from being on the Hype Zone. So front page of Twitch, eh, they have improved it leaps and bounds in my opinion than it used to be.
Well, the front page of Twitch isn't the same as it used to be, right?
Yeah, it's completely
Uh,
changed now.
yeah.
So the front page of Twitch still has your featured streamers, which
Okay.
9 times out of 10 is a partner or a charity, just like it used
Right.
to be. But underneath
Mm-hmm.
that, now they have the it's almost like the discover page used to be, except it's all mixed
Mm-hmm.
into your front page on Twitch, so it's people you may enjoy or whatever, or other streams you
Mm-hmm.
may like. And I've had
Yeah.
people in there with, 2 viewers, and I've had people in there that aren't even affiliates yet. So I think they're
Okay.
making those strives and those improvements, and it bases it, like, I've noticed, like the other day I was looking at GTA streams for whatever reason, and now it
Mm-hmm.
keeps suggesting it's like Facebook or Google.
Yeah.
Anytime you
Yeah.
Google
Yeah.
something, then you get 14 ads to buy it. It's kind of the same
Yeah.
analytic from what it looks like.
Yeah.
So I think they're making improvements. I think that the featured section could benefit from being a little more open than just partners and
That would be
charities.
nice.
Because I
Yeah.
think affiliates can get on that featured as long as they're doing some kind of a charity and they're involved and they've reached out to Twitch, and there's a whole process for doing it. And I think even then it's very, very rare.
Mm-hmm.
But like the top my featured page even tonight, like Ninja's on there and a few other people. So,
Yeah.
obviously it's hit or miss in my opinion. Like I would love to see them put more affiliates on there, but at the same time Twitch is a business.
Yeah.
Somebody at 90,000 viewers raking in a huge amount of money for Twitch.
Yeah.
Their bits, their subs, everything's revenue in Twitch's pocket. So I always try to take
Yeah.
a step back and look at it from the business aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
where I would love to see them do more to support smaller streamers, but then again, they have done a ton in compared to
Yeah.
how it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
the
remember a few months ago though on the front page of Twitch them having featured the same streamer,
oh
I
yeah,
mean, a handful of times over maybe a month or two, and I was
hmm
like, that like okay, that's cool, but like spread it out a little, I feel like, you know.
yeah, they can definitely spread the love, and even smaller
Yeah.
partners. You know what I mean? I really
Yeah.
think that would, like, I remember. I mean, Valkyrie's pretty big, but at the
Mm.
time, she always did decent, but she got front page time not too long ago, and it really boosted
Mhm.
her stream, and
Mhm.
it consistently boosted it after the fact.
Yeah.
So it's it doesn't hurt to reach out to smaller partners either, because it's easy for all of us to sit here and say, affiliates need this and affiliates need that, but there's a lot of partners that could use help and use some boosts. Partners that used to really thrive in a category or a game that now are, dwindling because that game has since died.
Yeah.
I just that aspect. If they're gonna do anything, I don't ever believe you're going to see affiliates up in the featured page. I have no notion that that's going to happen, but at least
Mhm.
push your partners. The people that
Yeah.
have been there, that have they've been partnered for 5 or 6 years,
Yeah.
and show me with the hot take there. Affiliate isn't an
Mm.
accomplishment; it's a contract. I'm inclined to agree with you. um, but yeah, I think it's one of those things where everything could use improvement, of course, but I always
Yeah.
try to take a step back and look at it from Twitch's point of view too.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
I don't as an affiliate ever expect to be featured on the front page of Twitch, and I'm not upset that it doesn't happen either.
mhm.
But yeah, I think definitely like everyone could benefit for some with some variety in that aspect of the front page. But honestly, like I'm never on that page anyways. I don't know. Maybe other people really
The first thing I do when I go to
discuss.
Twitch is go to my following button.
Yeah, same.
I never.
Yeah,
The only time I see it is when I open Twitch and then I click on following.
right. So I don't know, maybe they have, data that shows, hey, most people don't use this feature. They don't really care about the front page, so maybe we're not going to invest a lot of time into making it different.
Mhm.
Because like when I follow the streamers I follow, and then when I want to go out of my way to find someone new, then I go out of my way to find somebody new. It's not, I don't know. That's just me personally, but
No, I agree with you. It's one of those things where
Sadomi. Oh my god.
yeah, it's unfortunate, but the partners that have dwindled or and could use the help definitely should be featured. But
Yeah.
we've talked about this a few times where there should, shouldn't there be partner review? You know, we're holding more numbers than partners sometimes, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Um, it's just at what point does that accomplishment? Uh, I don't know. I don't consider affiliate a huge thing anymore. But then again, as I say that, it's 10% or 20% of Twitch.
Yeah.
Only 20% out of the 2 million. And
Hmm.
mind you, it's not 2 million active. There's always every time I bring up this statistic, everybody talks about active versus not active. But
Hmm.
either way, partner's still only 1% of the people on Twitch.
Yeah.
And affiliate has become. Of course, they made it easy because they make money off it.
Yeah.
So, now I have 20 or 220,000 affiliates, and they're all making me
Hmm.
some kind of money.
Hmm.
So of course it's never going to be a harder task to get. But then again, I remember how hard it was to get 3 average viewers, and
Well, that's what I was just
consistently
gonna
hold it.
say. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think there's some people that really push for affiliation, that it doesn't come easy to them, that they
Mhm.
really have to put in a lot of work to it. I mean, I wouldn't discredit that and say that's not an accomplishment, you know. Um, a lot of it is luck though, but I don't know. I don't know if I would say it's it's not an achievement to be an affiliate.
Yeah. It's definitely no, like I said, it's
And
20% of the people on the platform. So it's
yeah.
not, you know, some crazy number where everybody has it because I know a lot of people that really have a lot of trouble getting it to
Mhm.
that aspect. But then I also know that
Mhm.
there's 100 videos on YouTube about how to scam get an affiliate too. I can open
Yeah.
it on my iPad, my iPhone, and my computer, and now I have the 3 average viewers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the whole thing too is like a lot of people talk about partner and partner's hard to get, and I'm like, partner's hard to get, don't get me wrong, but partner used to be way harder to get than it is now.
That's what I was just about to say. It used to be hard to get.
Yeah,
I
like
wouldn't say it's hard
people
now.
people flip out. Like this is why the partners caught a lot of flack because they were getting mad over certain perks going to affiliates and da 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 da.
Mhm.
The partners that were getting mad were partners that have been partners for 5 or 6 years. The partners
Yeah.
that had to grind 300 average viewers to get a sub button. The partners who weren't able to make money before they were on the platform. So they worked their behinds off to get partner. They streamed for nothing for besides donations for a year plus most of them. So
Mhm.
like Tim the Tapman isn't one that complained about it, but and I always bring him up only because he's the one I know the most about. He streamed for a year and a half before he got his sub button. And I'm
Mhm.
talking to 500 viewers on average. So
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. Like he just hit his 5-year sub button anniversary. And he's like, I've
Oh.
been on the platform for 6.5 years.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. The partner affiliate war will always kind of be there, but I think that people that have this preconceived notion where it's the end all, the be all, I think are just wrong.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
Partner doesn't mean anything on this platform anymore. It
Mhm.
really doesn't. Not like it used to. It doesn't hold that same kind of esteem that it
Yeah.
used to. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like I know how many partners do we know that will reach out to Twitch staff and it takes them just as long to get a response as it would if anybody else reached out to Twitch.
Oh yeah, all the time.
You know what I mean? Unless you're in that
Yeah.
top 25 of people who has a dedicated partner handler, you know, that they
Yeah.
can email at 3 a.m. and they will receive an answer.
Hmm.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But to circle it back to the front page, we always tend to go on these little
Oh yeah, I was like, what
dives
were we
here.
even talking about?
um, I think it's beneficial for them to start mixing partners in that aren't as big as Ninja, and so Ninja doesn't need front page time. I'm sorry,
No.
he doesn't. He's doing fine on his
Yeah.
own without the front page.
Hmm.
But I don't know.
Who
Oh,
knows if maybe Ninja complains that he's not on the front page every once in a while.
that is true. Ninja
You
could
know,
very well be complaining. I wouldn't be
who
completely
knows?
surprised.
I don't know, but
Um, but if you guys have any other questions, you can throw them in the stream or in the Twitch chat. You can put them in the Discord. You can do ! stream key and call in, and your question will take priority. Um, talking about slapping people in the chat at TwitchCon. That is not good networking, by the way. Throwing that out there.
shame.
Call in. Yes, you can call in with ! stream key. We'll link Discord. Question from Sodomi. Tips for co-streaming. Ooh. This could go either way. Go ahead, Cass.
I
I
want you to
see
go
the
first.
smile. I see the smile
I
on your face. Go ahead.
I hate co-streaming. I never co-stream. Uh, I don't know. I just and it might just, like, yeah, you give me tips because I feel like I'm bad at it maybe. I
I
I
don't
don't
think it's
know.
a matter of being bad or good. I think
I don't
it's
like,
go ahead.
yeah. I don't like ending my stream and thinking like, wow, like I don't know what happened in my chat today because I was busy playing with so and so. Like that doesn't make me feel good. Like for me, when I stream, it's because I want to hang out with my internet friends. Like we all get together and I play, and I have a hard time playing multiplayer or co streaming. It's really hard for me to want to do that because I know I won't be able to pay attention to my chat,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll have to worry about, muting myself and muting the other person or whatever to try and like talk to the people like I want to hang out with. I think it's great for networking, and I think I can't say I've seen a huge benefit from people I know that co-stream with each other. I think it is a good time. I just personally I'm bad at it. So maybe you can help me with it. That's just those are my feelings. I don't know.
So it's not that you're bad at it; it's that you've streamed with people that are bad at it. From what it sounds like.
Yeah, maybe.
So co-streaming, it's a mix of things, in my opinion. I don't do it as
Mhm.
often as I used to do
Mhm.
because it is increasingly difficult, depending on who you're streaming with and what you're streaming.
Okay.
With that said, the idea is you have to hope that, or not even hope, you have to work it out ahead of time that the other person is going to have the same mindset behind it as you do. So when I co-stream, I have my mute button for Discord hotkeyed onto my mouse.
Mhm.
And if I am talking to my chat, I mute my mic
Mhm.
because nobody in the other person's stream is going to have a clue what I'm talking about unless they're in both chats.
Right.
The other thing is, like you said, the other person has to kind of have that same mindset, whether it be push to talk or toggle mute, one or the other. But you all have to be on the same page because if you don't do that, it's just a cluster throughout the whole thing. Because now
Yeah.
who's screaming, who's answering their chat, and you're sitting here trying to talk. You're talking to me about the game, and I'm over here talking to Sodomi in the chat about whatever he just typed. And
Right.
now I'm muted, so you don't know I'm talking to Sodomi, and that's
Mhm.
fine. But if you're
Yeah.
talking to your chat and I'm talking to my chat, then we both should be muted. I shouldn't hear you talking to your chat. That's just the
Right.
etiquette of co-streaming.
Right.
The other thing, and it's a huge pet peeve of mine, and I have done it when I first started doing this, and I caught myself, and I have worked myself, and every once in a blue moon I'll do it, but I've gotten a lot better with it because it's the streamer in me to look over at the chat. The problem is when
Mhm.
I co-stream, I'll pull up both chats or I'll pull up both streams rather, which has both chats because
Yeah.
we'll use a multi-stream link or whatever. And I used to catch myself answering questions or saying something and replying to people in the other person's stream.
Mhm.
Depending on your communities, it's not a big deal. Because,
Right.
like, if me and Lit do it, we tend to share a lot of the same viewers. So it's not a huge deal, like, if I see Slob and say something in Lit's chat, especially if it's directed at me. I don't have to wait for Lit to tell me that he said it, you know. But
Yeah.
it's a huge issue. Like, I've watched even viewers, like people that play with viewers. This drives me insane more than anything. It's not even the co-streaming, because at least co-streaming there's an excuse for it because it's something you do every day. But when a
Yeah.
viewer is in a video game with you, and I'm sorry, and I love all the viewers, and I apologize if this offends anybody, but
Mhm.
if you are playing with viewers, do not read my chat. Do not respond to my chat. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying it as some selfish person, but one, it makes me look like I'm either not paying attention, or two, maybe
Yeah.
I specifically didn't read that message out loud or reply to that
Yeah.
person. Because
Yeah.
sometimes people say stupid stuff in Twitch chat, and not every stupid thing needs to be acknowledged. Doesn't mean I have to ban you or time you out,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to acknowledge it. I'm just going to gloss over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts. And I've noticed it's mods. A lot of the time it's mods. When mods play with people, I see it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you're not moderating the chat through the microphone. I'm sorry, you're not.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it's one of those things. You gotta, and it again, it depends on the relationship with the streamer and everything else.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, err on the side of caution and don't acknowledge the chat if you're a viewer playing with the streamer.
Mhm.
Please. It's just
Mhm.
it's rude. It's just rude.
Yeah.
I went on my
I don't
tirade.
know. I've struggled with that a lot. Like just even playing with friends, like they'll like call out my viewer count while I'm playing
Oh.
with them. Like little things like that. And I'm just like, why do we have to talk about that? Like I don't understand. But so like little things like that have made it to the point where at this point I just if I'm playing with viewers, I'm usually not in voice chat with them. Like
Mhm.
it's like we're playing together, but we're not talking to each other. And I don't know until I can find a better system for that. Like definitely co-streaming is hard for me, but I think like you said working it out ahead of time is such a good thing, making sure that both streamers are on the same page. And Cloud had mentioned something if it was easier, I don't know what he said exactly.
Mm.
I lost it. Chat was moving really
Which
fast,
isn't the
but
easiest to co-stream on. If it was easier to
right.
do it on Twitch, would you do it more? So,
Well, that's another thing is like I don't think there's any real official way to co-stream with someone.
not on Twitch,
As
no.
not on Twitch. No, so that sometimes is frustrating. If there was a way where like I don't even like watching multi-streams. Like personally, I
Mhm.
really don't like it because like I have to have one stream muted, one stream like I don't know, and then the chats aren't together. It
Yeah.
just it's all complicated. I really have zero interest in it. I think there's a lot of benefits from doing that, but yeah, I think if Twitch made some kind of official co-stream system, then it would be incredible, and I would probably be more
So,
inclined to use it.
that's where Mixer has the up on Twitch,
Okay.
is that
Yeah.
like I mentioned that hype stream thing where it integrates your chat and your channels. It does the same thing when you co-stream.
Yeah.
So, when I pull up a co-stream on Mixer, you get both videos,
Okay.
but you get one chat, which
See,
is
that's how it should be.
huge.
That's
Huge,
how it
because
should
now
be.
I can see both perspectives and one chat. And then it
Right.
eliminates this problem of everybody. What is happening in this chat room right now? But it eliminates the issue of I'm reading your chat, you're reading my. Now the chats are intertwined, so you eliminate this.
Yeah.
For those of you that are listening and not seeing this, all I see is up, down, left, right arrows, and they're all saying that they're playing DDR in the chat. So for those of you, I don't want to leave you all a mess that are listening to this after the fact. But that was my large distraction there. That's the other thing too. Co-streaming. This is a good example of it. If you're in the middle of doing something Like,
Mhm.
especially a game that really requires you to pay attention, I guess would be the way
Mhm.
to put it. And
Mhm.
then the chat starts playing DDR on my side and yours is just
Mhm.
being normal, and I mute myself in the middle of a team fight or in the middle of trying to figure out some puzzle or whatever, you're going to be like, "What are you doing?"
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
now I have to explain what I'm doing. And the other thing I see a lot of is that people will, let's say, let's use Venom as an example just because I just saw his name.
Okay.
Venom's in your chat and in my chat.
Yeah.
Venom says something
Yeah.
off brand in my chat that might be okay in yours, but it's not in mine. Actually, it'd probably be vice versa, but whatever. Um, but
Right.
so I time Venom out or I ban
Okay.
Venom. Now Venom's
Mhm.
in your chat asking you to ask me why I banned him or why
Yeah.
I timed him out.
That's awkward.
And that happens all the time with the bigger streamers. But the
Ah.
one thing I will say about all the bigger streamers I've noticed that play together, they all use push to talk for Discord.
Mhm. Mhm.
And none of them read each other's chat. They are all
Right.
at a very mutual understanding of the fact that this is how it has to be. We are all at 25,000 plus viewers. I mean, think about it. We're talking about doing this with 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 40 people.
Yeah.
Add a couple zeros to that, and I can't even imagine what it's like to try to co-stream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
plus I wish people were donating me money to ask me why they were banned in your chat. But but that it's insane. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy, and you really have to mesh because people will also notice that, like, if we didn't get along, like if we didn't have this kind of back and forth where we were able to talk to each other, people would know.
Mhm.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
People get that feeling. You can tell when somebody doesn't want to play with somebody. And
Yeah.
that's the other problem. And I tell people all the time, if you're going to co-stream, play with that person first off stream or guest on their stream, like play as a viewer. Because let me tell you, that's the last thing you want to figure out is that you're hyping up a co-stream for 2, 3, 4 days, and then time comes to co-stream and you hate each other when it comes to playing games,
Yeah.
and now you're
Yeah.
stuck because what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? You're gonna be like, nah, never mind.
Yeah.
Like you're already there,
Yeah.
you're beat. There is nothing you can do. So yeah, it's just gotta. There's a lot of advice on co-streaming there. It's don't do it. No, I'm kidding. Um,
I don't know, it's messy.
it takes preparation. You gotta look
Yeah.
at it like doing a work project with somebody, or
Mhm.
I can't even think of like another example. Think of it money related. Think of it as a project. Like, would you choose to work with this person? You know, that's how you have to look at it and treat it, because you're not just
Yeah.
gaming with somebody. It's totally different once you're co-streaming.
Yeah.
It's I used to play with people all the time. There's a Discord that I'm a part of that I've been a part of well before I started streaming, and I like a lot of the
Mhm.
people there, and I used to have a lot of fun playing with those guys. I can't play with them on stream
Yeah.
because that's the other thing with viewers. A lot of they don't get it.
Mhm.
They do not get it. They just
Mhm.
don't. There's stuff you don't say. There's times you don't say stuff. It's just you don't hot mic while you're breathing an inch away from your mic like it's some weird ASMR stream, or you're eating your bag of
Yeah.
chips in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
There's just so many things that need to be worked out ahead of time, and I think that's where a lot of people make the mistake, especially when they're newer. They
Mhm.
just they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go co-stream with this person because they
Yeah.
want to co-stream." Like, I can't tell you how many people used to come into my chat when I would play Call of Duty at 3 or 4 viewers and be like, "Yo, I'm just starting out too. You want to co-stream together?"
Oh my god.
No, no, I don't even know
Yeah.
who you are. No, I don't want to co-stream with you. What do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yo, I got 10 viewers. You want to play with me? No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like what Sodomi said. I like for me, I think the most appealing option is to like guest stream. So like, I don't know, this weekend Snoop is gonna play Call of Duty with me, but you're not streaming, I'm streaming, or the other way around. And like we shout out SnoopHog, you know, the whole time, you know,
News to me,
let
chat,
him
by
know
the way.
that you're well,
It's a
example.
hypothetical. We're
But
joking.
yeah, like yeah, I much would prefer doing something like that than a co-stream. I don't do it. People know I don't do it. People don't even ask me anymore because I say no.
Mhm. So
But yeah.
this kind of segues into a really good topic that wasn't asked by anybody, but I personally did this last week, and I know we had discussed a little, but I think it'll be good to bring up here. Hi, Testy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have to take a week off because you had surgery, for example.
Mm.
So we'll use the real
Mhm.
example that I dealt with here.
Yeah.
Would you, or do you think it's a good idea to have people guest stream on your channel? So essentially, the person comes on your channel, whatever night of the week or day of the week, whatever. I have your stream key and your dashboard for that day, and I stream whatever to your channel. How do you feel about it?
So when you told me about this, my initial reaction was that is a great idea. Let's the collaboration that takes, I don't know, and the trust, I don't know. It's great. I freaking like it. Um if I was gonna, I don't know, if I had to be gone for 2 weeks, I don't know if I would do it for a week. It would have to be probably a significant amount of time. So I'm gonna say, like, if I was gone for 2 weeks and I couldn't stream,
Mm-hmm.
and I would reach out to streamers that I really trust and ask them if they wanted to stream on my channel for me,
Mm-hmm.
then I think I would do it. I think it's great. Um, it feels weird. Like I'm sure it feels weird. Like it would feel weird for me to relinquish control and let someone else represent my channel. That would be a weird feeling, as well as I think it would be weird to stream on someone else's channel and feel like you also have to represent them in the best way. I don't know. How do you feel? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so at first I was kind of weary about it. Not,
Okay.
at least for me personally, like for me, from my perspective, like would I be able to do it?
Yeah.
And I can also, at first I was kind of like, ah, man, is it really necessary? But at our level, in my opinion, I think, so to give you an example of this person's stream, they're currently holding
Mm-hmm.
like 60-ish viewers. They're very close to partner number.
Mm-hmm.
She had to have surgery. She was going to be out of commission for like a week. She
Mm-hmm.
has only recently been hitting these numbers and growing, on a pretty regular, consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of losing that by losing a week of content is huge. Because if you regularly stream 5 nights a week, and that's what people expect to see, 5 nights a week, they expect you on at the same time, and you're growing
Mm-hmm.
and growing and growing, and then all of a sudden you disappear for a week. You don't think that's going to affect your numbers? That was my real takeaway from it.
Would it though? Would a week do that much damage?
I mean, I just look at it, everything scales down, in my opinion. So, like, even, look at Ninja. Ninja takes 3 days off from his stream, he loses 25,000 subscribers. So,
Right.
scale it down the same way. That's a long time to be away from stream.
Yeah.
Like, last week, I was not on my channel for almost a week, almost 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And my first night back, I was heavy sweating and breathing like, oh man, I don't know how this is going to go. And I saw a
Yeah.
little bit of a dip, obviously not as dramatic as 25,000, but,
Right.
in
Right.
comparison where I left the week before and then started back up, it
Mm-hmm.
was a little bit of a dip. But so how she did it, which I thought was kind of smart, is that she had a different person on all 5 nights. Now, she's lucky enough to be part of a
Okay.
very good stream team that they're all very close and they all trust and know each other and they all help each other out. She also
Yeah.
reached out to me and Lit because we have all, streamed together and kind of all are intertwined. I think it
Mm-hmm.
A has to be somebody you trust, like you said,
Right.
but B,
Right.
it has to be somebody your community knows, or at least most of your
Okay.
community knows. Because
Right.
if I was to throw somebody random on my channel that has never been in the chat that I might personally know, or I might hang out in their stream and trust them to do it, my chat is
Mm-hmm.
going to be like, what is happening? Who is this person? and why are they here? And on top of that,
Yeah.
you know, you're telling them ahead of time and everything, but it's also a
Yeah.
personality thing. Like it worked out well because our streams, mine and her stream, are very similar in the hype aspect, the how loud we
Mm-hmm.
are, how very vocal, how quick we get to do that kind of stuff. I think like if I was to turn around and try to go to a chill streamer stream,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would be received well because that's not who I am and that's not the kind of personality I have. So now you're going from watching this person who's very relaxed every day and chill and cool to be around, and now
Mm-hmm.
I'm yelling and my lights are going a million miles a minute and I'm doing all sorts of wild stuff, and normally that other person's just sitting there talking with their chat and having a good conversation where I'm blowing everything
Yeah.
up like it's, you know, out of control the whole time.
Well, I have a question then.
hmm
Were you able to, while you streamed on her channel, to maintain her viewer numbers? Is that something that you think that people showed up to her stream and they were like, "Oh, it's not her. I'm not going to watch. It doesn't matter who it is."
So
Or
I was
how did
I
it
was
work?
probably like midway to her numbers until like a raid or a
Okay.
host came in.
Okay.
And a lot of it was her viewers. You know, I obviously had
Right.
some people come over from my stream and my community because I told them that I was going to be
Right.
streaming to the channel. But there was also
Mm-hmm.
nights where she had partnered streamers that are on that stream team that get big numbers that get streamed. And now her
Yeah.
numbers are at like, you know, that night I think she had 115 average because he brought his community over. He also did a 12-hour stream because he's wild,
Yeah.
but that's just how he is. Um,
Right.
but so I I think it averages out,
Okay.
but I can also see where it could hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think everybody has to kind of be on the same page.
Yeah. And this is also like a pretty good networking opportunity, right? So if you're streaming onto someone else's channel, obviously you would be allowed to plug yourself, right?
Well,
So are you maybe then introducing yourself to people that maybe don't know you?
well, that's the other thing. That's the other side of the coin. So she was awesome enough to obviously she made a graphic for the whole week of who's streaming on what day.
Mm,
She hyped
okay.
everybody up that was on the channel. You know, because it's kind of a hand in hand thing. Like obviously I would have done it regardless because, you know, we hang out and we're close. You know, we
Mm,
talk and we play games sometimes. So I would have done it
yeah.
regardless. But every time I was like, "Do you want me to use an overlay? Do you want me to use this? Do you want me to use that?" And she's like, honestly, she goes, just use my alerts so that you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. She's like, use your overlays, your intro screen, the whole 9 yards. She's like, it's your stream just on my channel. And she even
Okay.
had a chat command to, you know, say who I was and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So I think it was done
Yeah.
very, very well on her part
Okay.
too. But like you said, it puts me in front of an audience that I now, mind you, I'm kind of intertwined with the community, but not as much
Right.
as like if it was me or Lit or even me and you most of the time. You know, we all share a
Mm,
lot of viewers where me and her, we
mm-hmm.
share some, but not a large
Right.
amount. So it was very, very cool to do that and get myself in front of other people. It was cool to talk to people that I don't normally talk to, if that makes sense. It was like getting
Yeah.
a bunch of new people in your stream all at once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as much
That's
as I, you know,
fun.
obviously I love everybody I talk to every night, but it's always cool to get
Yeah.
somebody new in there and see how they are, how they're going to react to the stuff I do. And especially
Yeah.
for like for me personally, it helps me gauge what works for my stuff. Like it was a great learning
Mm-hmm.
opportunity for me and that's how I treated it. So I
Okay.
played, you know, what I usually play on my channel, but I still had some of my like raid alerts up.
Mm-hmm.
I used my sub video that I play, only one of them for her subs, and
Mm-hmm.
most of the reaction went really well, which was pretty
Okay.
cool. You know,
Yeah.
but some stuff I could tell where it was like, it could go hit or miss, but I know my community loves it, but it doesn't appeal to everybody, so it kind of helps me mold stuff a little bit. So it was definitely
Yeah.
interesting in that aspect too. I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe I got 3 or 4 new follows out of it, maybe. You know what I mean? So it's
Was
not that aspect. Go ahead.
yeah. Was she watching you
Yes,
stream on her channel?
she was in the stream. She
Did she,
modded the whole time.
okay. I don't know. Like that might almost make me more nervous. to
Well,
stream on
because now
someone
you're like
else's channel.
performing for somebody.
Yeah. I
Well,
think it's honestly, I think it's awesome. And I think I had never heard of anyone doing that.
it was definitely an interesting. So, like, we obviously do it here on the True channel for charity or this kind of stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is different. This
Yeah.
is a community channel. You know what I mean? It's nobody's one
Mhm.
singular channel. Nobody comes here expecting to see specific content. You know,
Yeah.
obviously on these nights they do, but in general they don't.
Mhm.
And Azamat,
Yeah.
thank you for the raid. I did see it, guys, by the way.
Thank you.
But the other really cool thing was, especially for me and her, like, we stream at the exact same time on the
Mhm.
almost the same days. So it's very rare that either of us get to be in somebody's stream. And normally I end before her, so if anything I rate her and then I'm, you know, hey, I'm lurking. Like,
Yeah.
it's 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to bed. But so she was like, oh, I'm excited. She's like, I never get to watch your streams. She's like, I
Mm.
was like, so now you're gonna watch it on your channel and it's gonna be super weird.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. She actually she ended up jumping in on a few games too. She played on her laptop in bed. But
Okay, cool.
which was kind of nice because I was like, talk to your chat, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But it's definitely interesting. I think it's a good way to keep not so much relevant, because I don't think you're gonna lose relevance in a week by any means, but
Yeah.
I think in a situation like that, it's not like if you were going on vacation for a week, you know what I mean, and
Mhm.
you were gonna have absolutely no
Yeah.
involvement,
Yeah.
I might second guess that and think it's kind of ridiculous. You know, like, if you're gonna take vacation,
Yeah.
take vacation. Like, you'll survive the
Yeah.
week. But if you're, you know, she had a surgery, she had to recover. You know what I mean? She was there the whole time. It's not like she was out in Barbados sipping on drinks in a pool while I was sitting here getting all sweaty, jumping up and down like an idiot for 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know, so I think circumstances have a lot to do with it too, but it's
I think
definitely interesting.
also, yeah, being so close to partner, I think is probably what really influenced her decision to ask people, right? Because like if you're already partnered, maybe you don't think it's such a big deal to take a week off,
Hmm.
right? But when, you're so close to this goal and taking a week off might put you back, like I can get it. I totally understand that.
I mean, I made the joke the other day that, like, if for some reason my channel blew up in the next 2 weeks and I was at like
Mhm.
almost the 80 average or 75, whatever, I'd be like, yo, I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm going to TwitchCon. I'm just saying, because I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
because that's big. That's
Seriously.
4 days, and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky enough the way my schedule falls that I'll only miss 2 days of streaming with TwitchCon, but
Yeah. Yeah, for
it's
sure.
it's definitely something to think about when you're that
Mhm.
close. If you're on that cusp, it's definitely weird.
Yeah.
Oh man. I can't even imagine. All right, that just gave me agita because I was like, somehow that'll happen to me, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, that's $1,000. I gotta figure out how to repay everybody. All right.
Yeah.
It was definitely
Man.
an interesting concept, though. I loved doing it. It was a lot of fun, and it was kind of refreshing to not be on my channel, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't
Mhm.
have to worry about anything. Like, I didn't have to
Right.
look at my numbers later. I didn't have to, worry about setting up if this looked right, that looked right. Should I play this game? Should I not play? Like, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I was able to just stream, and it was a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Like, it
Yeah.
reminded me of when I first started streaming, and like, you were just streaming. You know what I mean? It didn't become, and not that it's hugely influential on me right now, but you're always thinking about it at a certain point. You're always wondering
Yeah.
if I should play this game, or if why did I dip in viewers that night? Like, those questions come up
Oh yeah.
now that we've hit a certain point.
Yeah.
Now it's about that kind of stuff. Like, why is my average down 5 this month? The
Yeah.
stuff that I wouldn't have cared about a year ago,
Mhm.
I care
Yeah,
about
for
now.
sure.
So it was kind of cool to just chill. Like, that's why I love doing the charity streams on the True channel. I mean, obviously I love doing charity because it's charity, but I also love doing the
Yeah.
charity streams on the True channel because I just get to do whatever I want.
Mhm.
And it's a great time because I just get to, it's relaxing. I
Yeah.
I decompress with my stream, but streaming with absolutely no attachment and worry is so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I need to. I need to for sure.
And the other thing that's pretty funny is that Twitch actually has a thing where you can share a temporary stream key with
Oh
someone to stream to
yeah.
your channel. So like it was pretty cool. I got an email from
Mhm.
Twitch that said I was invited to stream on so and so's channel. Just enter the stream
Mhm.
key into your favorite software and hit go live. So that
Okay.
was really really cool
That's so
that
nice.
Twitch doesn't, because what a pain it would be to have to redo all my own stuff and refresh
Yeah.
and get a new stream key and all that to be able to.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, that didn't last long. That was pretty
Yeah.
impressive though.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, chat. Your poor eyes for the listeners. There was a lewd remark in the chat. um, but yes, it was definitely really fun.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm really glad you brought that up. That
I
was
had
kind of
forgot.
nice
I
as
meant
well.
to talk about it last week, but
Yeah.
I had forgotten. No, I hadn't done it yet. That's why I didn't want to talk about it because I wasn't sure I was going to
Oh,
go.
okay, okay, okay.
Because I did that last Thursday. The only
Yeah.
thing I will say is you got to really really trust somebody, obviously, because
Yeah.
you're responsible for whatever that person does at the end of the day. Like if I did some wild stuff or I said something out of line that could get you banned, it's on you. It's not on me.
Yeah.
So that for
But
sure.
like, what if someone cheers bits to you? And like, I know this is something that you work out, and I'm not saying you need to tell me what you guys worked out, but that's something you kind of have to work out ahead of time, right? Like,
Yeah,
are
I
the
mean,
bits gonna
so it
cheer
was
to my
kind of.
channel?
I was just like, listen, obviously I'm not, I didn't care about that aspect of it. It's kind of
Yeah.
like I treated it as I do like when I stream on here for charity, like if people do
Okay.
bits or whatever, because like
Yeah.
bits don't go towards the charity, or if they do it after
Right.
the fact. I don't know how they work it out, but either way, I don't expect to get any kind of a cut, and it's the same thing with their channel. You know what I mean? Do they? I don't know. It's tough.
Mm.
She had a few she had a few donations while I was on her channel,
Hmm.
but nine of the all of the messages were directed at her. It's not like they were like, "Hey Snoop, have $5."
Oh, and she was in chat too,
Yeah,
so that is nice. Okay.
it'd be a little different, I think, if I was trying to, if you were on vacation and like having me do it, I'd be like, "Listen, we're gonna discuss a few monetary things here because
Right.
this is revenue
Yeah, yeah.
lost on my channel tonight."
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm in a position on Twitch to care that much yet. It's not
Yeah.
like I lost
Same.
5 grand by streaming to her channel for a night,
Yeah.
but it's definitely, yeah, I think that's a pretty good point to bring up though, like down the line, like once it becomes a bigger thing. I don't know. That's definitely something that's got to be discussed. I didn't even think of that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't even think it never came up. You know what I mean? Because it
Yeah.
just didn't cross my
Yeah.
mind. But that's actually a
Yeah.
really good point
Yeah.
because I could see that like backfiring, like it not getting
I mean,
brought
like,
up, and then like somebody donates 10,000 bits while I'm live, and I'm gonna be like, yo,
yeah.
I should get some of
Yeah,
that
that's
money,
the thing.
no? Because I'm the one that was on
Yeah.
there. Like, I could see that
Yeah.
as the person that's letting somebody co-stream or asking somebody. Like, if you don't
Hmm.
discuss that ahead of time, you gotta
Yeah.
really, really hope everybody's kind of chill because
Yeah.
that could get really messy really fast.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd have to really trust somebody. Like, I wouldn't have a problem discussing that with you, like, after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like if something came up afterwards, I'd be like, oh, well, like, I'm really close with Snoop. We can just talk about this and it's no
Yeah.
big deal. But like, that's like the level of trust you need to have with somebody before doing some kind of thing like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't even think of
Mhm.
that, so that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Cloud has a question.
Yeah, I
He
see.
says, "Do you think Twitch should put more focus on Twitch mobile, like make it work better for those who use it?" I mean, obviously there's always room for improvement, but what do you think, Cass?
I don't use Twitch mobile like ever, but I see so many complaints about Twitch mobile all the time from so many different people. So there has to be so many users watching Twitch using the mobile app. And I don't know why they don't fix it. Honestly, I have no idea why they don't fix it. They launch things like the Twitch desktop app, which is completely
Mm.
unnecessary. and they invest their time and energy into something like that when like those resources could have easily been distributed to the team that works on the Twitch mobile app. I don't know. Yes, I do. Whatever the question was, should they focus on it? Of course they should. It's a disaster. I don't use it, but I just hear nothing but terrible things about it. So,
So I use it a lot at work
okay.
because so for those of you that don't know what I do, I'll give you a quick rundown. I do 911 telecommunications, so I do police, fire, EMS, and 911 for a larger city. And
Mhm.
how it works is we have computers that are connected to a database that hooks up with the FBI and all that kind of stuff. That's how we run license plates, people's information, all that. One of the caveats with that is it can't be connected to the internet. Those
Mhm.
computers cannot have an internet connection per law because
Mhm.
otherwise it opens you to, it's an intranet, not an internet. So this way you can't get hacked or it makes it a lot harder. With that said, I don't have internet access on the computers I work at.
Yeah.
So like the supervisor's desk has internet access and there's a computer that has internet if we need it, whatever. But the desk that
Yeah.
I sit at doesn't have internet. So I use mobile all the time. And
Mm.
it's, for lack of better words, it's ass.
Mhm.
It is so bad. It drives me insane. And then I use it at home because I watch a lot of Twitch on my TV in my living room because I spend so much time in this chair at this desk that the last thing I want to do when I'm sitting down watching somebody stream is sit at this desk.
Mhm.
So I'll pop
Yeah.
open the mobile app and I'll go to chat only,
Mhm.
but it turns the screen off still. Like it should leave the screen on. The app should automatically do that. It doesn't do that. So then when I have to open it up again, I lose the chat. It's not like it updates all the way. It just starts as new. So
Mhm.
it's an absolute mess. I hate it. Everything
I know
about the
for
mobile app.
moderation, it's really difficult.
Oh
A
my
lot of
god,
my
it's so
mods
bad.
complain. Yeah, I don't know specifically, but yeah, I know it's pretty bad.
There's nothing, and it buffers constantly. I could have full
Mhm.
service and watch like a 1080p YouTube video, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I turn on Twitch mobile at 720 and I can't even get it to load for more than 5 seconds. It just
Mhm.
buffers constantly. And it's so annoying. And like I've tried to find other Twitch apps. Like I'm like willing to pay for somebody to develop an app that doesn't suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't even care. I'll gladly pay $5 for a mobile app that works. Twitch just I get it. Like it's obviously not a priority, but it should be because I mean I look at my dashboard and sometimes my viewership is like pretty high percentage of people on mobile.
Yeah, for me too.
And then on top of all of that, they charge you
Yeah.
more money to sub
I
and buy bits from mobile. They charge you a
I
dollar
was
more
thinking
for a
that.
sub. What?
Yeah.
How are you going to charge me
And
more money?
it's not consistent. Like iPhone is worse than Android. Like I think iPhone charges more for subscriptions and bits
It doesn't
than
make any
Android does.
sense.
Like so it's not consistent. It's a total ripoff. It's
It's
just
bad enough that they charge you the bits are bad enough as it is the way they do it.
yeah.
And I get the business aspect, but even, as much
Yeah.
as I try to see it from a business aspect, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
But then the mobile stuff, like the sub, the extra money to sub on mobile, like I can tell
Yeah.
you there's times where like I've meant to sub to somebody on mobile or whatever. I will literally
Mhm.
go into my internet browser, pull up the desktop website and sub that way because I'm not paying
Yeah.
you an extra dollar. No offense to you, because that dollar is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
going to you. It's going to Apple
No.
or Google or whoever's getting the
Yeah.
money. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. No, I hate it. I hate it so much.
There's so many people that are upset about it though. It makes me wonder like if is there not something we can do? Like is there not like some kind of form we can fill out to complain about it or
I mean,
I don't know. Like how do you
not
I feel
not
like there's
knocking Twitch because I know how busy it is, but we can't get them to answer like streaming related questions half the time in a timely fashion without it being a
I
mess.
mean they answer them when enough people are upset about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I
I
don't know.
I don't know. It's one of those things. Staff even
Yeah, it's
complains about it. Yeah, that's good to know.
yeah, yeah.
Then again, I feel like Twitch, but you know what? it's one of those things. It's mobile. Nobody on mobile half the time, and I don't understand why, because it's such a huge market. And this
Oh, it
happens.
is.
There's so many mobile apps that are native for these kind of, like. Do you remember how bad the YouTube app used to be, up until maybe a year ago?
I don't.
Well, yeah, you don't use mobile stuff. The YouTube app used to be absolutely horrendous. It was
Mm.
so bad. And then YouTube, these B words. I keep trying not to swear. They don't allow you to play music and then lock your phone unless you pay $10 a month.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, you pay for YouTube Red, which I have in the
Yeah.
past. I don't use YouTube as much as I used to, so I don't pay for it anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can't close your app and let the music play in the background without paying you
Yeah.
$10 a month. That's absurd.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'm upset about it.
Mm.
It just makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Just stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the mobile app needs some love for sure. It
I'm
definitely
fortunate.
needs some love.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on desktop all day at work. You know, I never really have to be.
I'm so
I know
jealous.
Discord even has some
Oh man, so the
issues on
the
mobile.
Discord app on
but
iOS, like I had to
it's
switch
bad.
because apparently my wife thought we needed to save money. But anyway, long story short, I have an iPhone now and I hate it. But on top of that, it's so hard to use Discord on it. There's no emote button.
Yeah.
How do you not have an emote button?
I don't know, why is it like that?
I don't know, but when I switched
And
from
it's been that
Android to
way for
this,
months.
I was on fire. I have to hit the stupid little semicolon and then start to type, which now means I have to remember the names of emotes,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
nightmare because I don't remember that. I'm the guy on Twitch that hits the semicolon in the chat and then starts typing the person's name from the emote I want to use because I don't remember anybody's emotes.
Yeah.
Like I always mess up what has to be capitalized and what has to be
Same.
used. I'm just like, I
Same.
don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
It makes me upset.
Yeah. It's
If you couldn't
I
tell
don't
from
know
my
what's up
rant,
with the mobile app game. It's bad lately.
it's absurd.
Yeah.
But seeing that I went on a full sideways tirade and rant there, I think this is a good spot to end it because I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole that doesn't have to do with streaming. And I feel like we're both gonna do it because we both just went
Yeah,
off about
probably.
Discord app that has nothing to do with streaming.
Has nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Ow, I almost knocked my whole computer over. This is what I mean.
Good
So,
job.
Cass, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Where can everyone find you?
You guys can find me at MissFatalKisses everywhere. Easy peasy.
All the things.
Mhm.
And mine as I don't know who Miss Dadle is, but anyway, true. You can find me at SnoopHogTV on all of the things. I appreciate you all. Listen, we are going to raid Supervid. Supervid is another true sponsored streamer who's probably ending very shortly, so I'm going to ruin his night and make him stay up late. Because that's what we do. But listen, we are here every Wednesday night. On Friday, we'll be Phone in Friday with Veli and GreenChord and their special guest. I do not remember who's on this week. I think it's Azamat and White Shadow, but don't quote me. And I don't know if Green has a one-on-one interview in the morning. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I hope you all have a wonderful night. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you to my awesome co-host, MissFatalKisses. And we will... It is always fun. We will see you guys next week. Be sure to submit your topics if you're not in the Discord, !stream key. You are all the best. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Goodbye.